Bitcoin's new use case could potentially 100x. And I ain't talking smack, but more importantly, what in the hell are those 4 lines of code? We're going to be talking about all of that in this episode of Francis Dhun Uncensored. Also, you don't want to be like this guy here at the back of the line with your tie on. You want to be in the front of the line so you can eat the most. And we're going to be talking about, more importantly, how could you actually bank coin from all of this? All of that coming up right now on Francis Dhun Uncensored.
Francis Dhun Uncensored.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin does indeed have another use case. We already went over the Ordinal use case. We already went over the .sats domain digital property use case. And in this video, we're going to be talking about BRC-20 tokens. There is a real market being developed behind this right here, right now. And it is extremely early, to say the least. And you guys are in the right place at the right time. And speaking of being at the right place at the right time, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on fresh content like this that's going to put you ahead of the pack. You know what I like to say? You need to seek the value in things, especially in this space, in emerging industries, before the rest of the market agrees it's valuable. That way you already got your bags and they're going to be pumping that shit for you. All right, guys? So look, we're going to go over a couple of different slides here. It's going to be some very interesting topics here. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of questions. Do drop your questions in the live chat, and I will definitely, most certainly, respond to you. But we need to read up a couple things. I'm going to show you guys how you could implement this right now, and I want you to really think of this as, you know, to say the word an airdrop might be a little bit inaccurate, but it's something like you're minting these, okay, on Bitcoin's network, and they seem to be having, you know, tradable marketplaces real soon developing right now, where, you know, certain projects are going to be attaching these BRC-20 tokens or BRC-20 Satoshis, depending how you look at it, to their project, just like what we see on ERC-20, Ethereum, you know, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, etc., etc. Bitcoin is doing everything that these other blockchains could do. All right, guys, it's a very exciting time to be alive, especially in the cryptocurrency space. So let us get right to it. As I share my screen here, we're going to read this article here, and then we're going to go to, like, let's call it the BRC-20 handbook, so to speak. Okay, and then we're going to make our way all the way down to this slide here, where I'm going to show you guys how to actually inscribe this to get your BRC-20 tokens right now, which is probably going to cost you about, I don't know, $10 a pop. Okay, I've already done mines, and I'm going to show you guys how that is all done. Okay, so you guys like what you hear? Do you like to get into new opportunities? Well, this is exactly what we're talking about, so let's get right to it. Imagine getting into a Bitcoin BRC-20 project, right? And I also want to make this clear. Okay, I want to make this clear. When we're talking about something that's brand new, guys, it's an experiment. It really is. But when these experiments turns into thriving products or protocols, and then those protocols actually turns into some sort of like marketplace, that's when you're going to bank coin. When you're an early adopter to something, okay, an early adopter to a new market, you're the ones who are going to reap the most rewards. Okay, nothing is ever guaranteed, especially in tech. But let me tell you, there's quite a buzz around this, and I'm going to be showing you guys that right here, okay, on Twitter. Just put in BRC-20 on Twitter. You're going to see everybody talking about it, all the marketplaces, Ordinals Wallet, right? The top 2, if not the top Ordinal marketplace right now already owns BRC20.com, and I'm sure they're going to make a marketplace behind that where you could trade these things, and they're dirt cheap right now. As I said, it's probably only going to cost you about $12 to get about 1,000 at a time, depending on what's in the code, and we'll break all of that down for you. Speaking of breaking all of that down for you, let's start with this article. So what exactly is BRC-20 tokens on Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen? So the BRC-20 token standard is an experimental fungible token, as I said, standard for Bitcoin, created by Twitter user Domo Data on March 8th. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Remember, this is open source. Anybody has the ability to go and add towards the network. When Taproot came about, it now gives us the ability to store data on top of Bitcoin. Now we're seeing JPEGs, we're seeing domains, now we're seeing fungible tokens. Okay, very important to understand. This is it right here. This is how the code looks. So essentially, the first ever BRC-20 token to launch on Bitcoin is right here, ORDI, and we'll go through what all of these different integers and, you know, quotations, blah blah blah, functions mean. Okay, real soon. The name BRC-20 is a play on Ethereum's ERC-20 token standard, although BRC-20 is much simpler and is constrained due to the limitations of Bitcoin blockchain. You can read more about the details of the token standard here, and we'll get to that shortly. And as the creator has noted, it's just an experiment, and tokens are not intended to be worth anything, though degen speculators may see that differently. And let's keep this in mind. Well, you know, all of these other ERC-20 tokens, when they first came about, was an experiment before projects were attached to them, like, you know, the past 2-3 years in DeFi. I'm talking about in the early phases, like, look at Dodge. I know that's not that, but, you know, that was an experiment, right? And it blew up. You know, what I see from all of this is essentially we're going to see ordinal projects like, you know, like the Taproot Wizards of the world and so on and so on. You know, any serious ordinal project, once this is understood and this has the capabilities and the infrastructure and the framework is already laid out, they most certainly will be, you know, creating BRC-20 tokens. So it's just good to also know from an informative standpoint. So you guys already are, as I said, at the front of the line when this thing's ready to take off. Now, whether that be you already have tokens, and we're going to get to what tokens you could get to right now, or BRC-20 Satoshis, however you want to say it. But just to know that you're informed and you're already in the thick of things puts you ahead of everyone by itself, right? Just knowing that. Okay? So Ordinals Wallet, such as Unisat, were quick to deploy tooling for the BRC-20 standard, and in less than 18 hours, all 21 million ORDI tokens has been minted, okay? With pending mints for an additional 1,500,000 ORDI tokens that were not within the limit, okay? So what is he trying to say here now is when he came up with this protocol and it's successful and it works and it's fungible, the ticker was ORDI. The rest of the early people who saw this, okay, said, yo, I'm going to go mint this. And if you guys tuned into my last program on the last episode of Francis Dhun Uncensored, when we were live, we were talking about the .sats domains, and you needed to take some, you know, about 3 or 4 lines of code, put in your domain, and then go to an inscription service like a gamma.io or Ordinals bot, and you were able to put in that code in the text format, which then gave you the domain. Well, it's true. The same is true for this. You will need to now, you know, put this 4 lines of code on a notepad, copy it, and then replace it with what token you want to mint, a BRC-20 token you want to mint. And what that article just alluded to is these people already minted it all. So, and he had a limit on it. I think it was 1,000 at a time, or 10,000 you could have done. So it's not like if somebody could have come and just mint it all out and that's it. So if you saw it, well then guess what? You know, you put in the code, you inscribed it through your inscription service. You could only do 1,000 at a time. So imagine how many times people have to do it. So people are serious about this. And as I said, what creates a market? Well, you need to get interest. And there's clearly interest behind this. If it's already minted out to people, 21 million of the tokens at maximum 1,000 per mint. And there's another one that sold out called Punks, right? I guess it's going off of the whole Ordinal Punks, but it's not really that team that made it, just somebody that made the Punks. And people just, you know, it was 10,000. I think it's about, I don't know how much max mint. We'll get to that shortly. Maybe 1,000. No, it can't be 1,000. It was less. And that sold out as well. There's another one right now. There's an opportunity right now. Who knows what's going to become of it? But at least you know you have it at nominal cost. So the risk to reward ratio as an investor, in my eyes, is well worth it. Because when we're talking about risk to reward, well, how much is it going to actually cost me right now? Well, it's probably going to cost me about, I don't know, $12, $14, $15 to get 1,000 of these tokens. What are these tokens going to be worth? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But what I do know is it's a no-brainer. Because it's only a nominal cost of $15, and if they were to be worth something, holy shit, good for me, right? So that's what we're talking about here, risk to reward, and the risk is not that freaking bad, to be honest, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you guys the buzz that's developing right now on Twitter too with this. So Unisat BRC-20 minting. This tooling also contributed to the deployment of other BRC-20 tokens with names like right. So that was the second one to be made. The meme token, Punk, and Dodge. With the excitement around BRC-20 leading to over 30,000 ordinal inscriptions in a single day. Madness. Okay, a record number. Meme is also available right now to mint, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that if you're interested. You can only mint one at a time. Okay, it's essentially like an airdrop, but all you're paying for is the transaction fees, right? To transact your BTC for it. And this is if you're interested. You know, it's up to you. Do what you want to do, but I sure can. I'm interested. And I already got some. And after this live stream, I'm going to try to get some more. Why not? You never know where this is going to go. And by the way, if you actually have a project, you could deploy your own token. So, you know, You could do it in a couple of ways. If you see some sort of project out there where I'm gonna show you guys this right here. Think of this as like the Coinmarket for BRC-20 tokens, right? Coming soon, coming soon. You could deploy your own supply and, you know, do all that jazz. And sorry, right here. You guys could deploy your own freaking, you know, this is like the Coinmarket of BRC-20 tokens. See market cap coming soon. Already minted 100%, but we'll get to this in much finer detail soon. But you could actually deploy your own token as well and, you know, have some sort of use case behind it. Pretty cool. Okay, so some tips for minting BRC-20 tokens. Choose your inscription service wisely. Very important. The token standard specifies that whichever address receives the inscription first holds the tokens. So if you use an inscription service that mints it to itself before sending the inscription to you, the inscription service will be the rightful owner of the tokens, okay? So essentially what they're trying to tell us here is, and this is hard to really find out, it's just through trials and tribulations. So essentially some inscription service out there, what they would do is they will inscribe whatever you want to inscribe. So in this case, we want to inscribe BRC-20 fungible tokens. If you were to inscribe that to an inscription service that actually keeps the inscription first before sending to you, they will then just automatically, systematically hold these fungible BRC-20 tokens, okay? And you would not get them, although they will give you, you know, like this little, like, whatever, the picture of the text, which is this black thing with the code on it, but you wouldn't have the tokens. Now, in my, when I was practicing this late last night with my sick stomach, I got a stomach bug. I was a little bit delirious, but I put the NG out there for this live stream to come correct for you guys. Gamma.io does not do that because I'll show you guys I actually have the Pepe tokens already, or the Pepe BRC-20 Satoshis already, okay? And coming back to this page right here, as you can see, this is the Pepe right here. Okay, there's 26% already minted. Punk already gone 100. And you could have done one at a time. So people have to do this 10,000 times, bro. Okay, to get this. But again, we'll come to that shortly. Okay, so you must use the transfer function to transfer tokens. This goes hand in hand with the above. You cannot transfer tokens by transferring the inscription. You must use the transfer function as specified. So in order to transfer the tokens out of your wallet as well, say you want to go to a marketplace once that's developed, or you want to send to another wallet address, you will also have to like put this into the actual, sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Yeah, you'll have to put this into the actual inscription service at like a gamma.io to get that sorted out as well, okay? So you could move it around, but you just have to do it manually. There's no sort of like cute UI, like a Hiro wallet, okay, send, da-da-da-da-da. You have to put in the code, and we'll get to how that code looks like, okay? Very shortly. Okay, make sure there are tokens left before you mint. Exactly. In every token deployment, a max value and a limit value, token limit per inscription, is specified. Once the max value is reached, you cannot mint any more tokens. And I'm gonna show you what that means. So essentially in the code, it's all specified. What's the max mint? So 1,000, you can't mint any more than that. But also make sure that they're still available. And you know, this side over here could tell us what's available and what's not, just to make things a bit easier for you. Okie dokie. Let me come down here. So what's next for BRC-20? So the community and builders like Unisat seem to be running with the BRC-20 standard and other you know, websites out there, Ordinal cats out there, and communities as well. And Ordinal, let's just call them protocols, marketplaces, they're running with this. So though the creator was pointed out repeatedly that it's just an experiment, it has issues, and the tokens may not be worth anything. Yes, as I said, I made that clear. They may not be worth anything. They may not. But again, how do you create a market? And why I think this is worth showing to you guys and newsworthy or content worthy is because, you know, it starts off as some sort of experiment, and then it evolves into interest, and I'm going to show you that interest. And then you see the leaders in this early space of this ordinal space starting to act upon it by making marketplaces for this. Then it becomes a full-fledged marketplace and business. It's going to be it's carrying on a life of its own right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. He's right, though. Hey, man, this is what I found out. This is what Taproot could do with Bitcoin now. And, you know, if you guys, you know, think this is cool, okay, sure. Well, sure, it's fucking cool. You know, the only reason why fungible tokens like ERC-20 tokens on Ethereum existed there is because Bitcoin did not have the capabilities to do this. Okay? That's the reason why. But again, no longer the case. And you guys know how the story goes. These sort of like, you know, anything that's the first of its kind or new, or, you know, a new sort of like, you know, protocol, so to speak, more times out of 10, banks coin, right? So let's see what happens here. Actually, you know what? Let me see what's up to the people in the live chat. What do we got here? Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss this one. This one's really cool, okay? And you could get some PP tokens for like 12 bucks, 1,000 of them at a time for 12 bucks each transaction. So we do have Poofcop. Thank you, Poofcop, for joining. We do have Bernard Sa. What's up, Bernard Sa? Thank you for joining once again. Think this is your third live in a row. I really appreciate you. Fabio says money with the dollar signs, degen speculators. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I started to laugh too. Degen speculators, it's true. Okay, because you know why he said that, right? Okay. So what's the value in this? The value in this is that how Bitcoin can actually issue fungible tokens. That's the value. Now, where the degen speculator side of things comes into play is this. It's, well, what are you betting on right now? That ORDI, the first ever one that he created, the creator of this, has no use case really other than just being the first BRC-20 token. But look at Dogecoin. It had no use case other than just being the first meme coin. But what I'm trying to say is you could actually now attach real value behind this, right? If you are an ordinal project. So you need to keep your eyes on ordinal projects that's going to have a BRC-20 token behind it when the marketplace comes about. That's not degen anymore. That's a real use case. Now, these other ones are just minted for experimental purposes. Sure, we could argue it's definitely, you know, some sort of like degen play here. But who said that? Yeah, Derek. I like Derek. Derek always comes up with some good shit. But it's true, Derek. You know, those ones for sure are, but the ones that will come after that will have some use case behind it, and we need to pay attention to it, and we need to be aware and informed and have the educational know-how on how to take advantage when that moment comes. And maybe even these Pepe ones might evolve into something, right? Or the ones that are listed right now, the experimental degen ones, who knows? You know, they might, it starts off as a joke, but then the framework is laid, from the ground up, and it evolves into something crazy. So I'm pretty excited about it personally. But okay, let's get back over here. Okay, and yeah, okay, we can repeat the same things that we just went over here, and then we're going to go to Twitter. I'll show you guys what's up, what people are saying there, and I'll show you how to actually mint it right now to get it's for like pretty much almost free. It's like an airdrop. Well, it's like a claim. It's more like claiming. You're paying for the gas fee. Airdrop, I guess, is free, right? It just appears in your wallet. Okay, so this was just a fun experiment. We kind of went over that. So this is where he kind of explains it into a little bit more detail. So experiment to see if ordinal theory can facilitate fungibility on Bitcoin. Create a BRC-20 with the deploy function. Mint an amount of BRC-20s with the mint function. Transfer, sorry, and take that off, that ticker. Okay, so transfer an amount of BRC-20 with the transfer function. Okay, so each sort of thing, like function that you want to do involves you inscribing the code. So if you want to deploy your own BRC-20, you need a special code for that, okay? And then the same is true if you want to mint, there's a special code for that. Just got to replace a couple words. And if you want to transfer it from out of your wallet, there's a specific code. All right, so deployments, initialize the BRC. Let's go down here. Okay, how to getting a balance. So you can either deploy your own or mint from an existing deployment's Bitcoin Punk style. Okay, option number one, only if you want to create your own BRC-20 token. Okay, so what I'm about to read for you here is only if you want to deploy your own BRC-20 token for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe you got a cool idea that's related to ordinals or to Bitcoin or what have you, or I don't know, anything really. This is what you're going to do. So inscribe the deploy function to your ordinal compatible wallet with the desired BRC-20 parameters set. Okay, so hold on, let me just go down here. Right, it's right here. So this is essentially the code. Okay, so they pretty much describe what the P is. So P stands for protocol, helps other systems identify and process BRC-20 events. Okay, sorry guys, I know I'm blocking it. Okay. OP is operation, type of event, deploy, mint, transfer. So in this case, this operation, if you want to create your own supply, you're going to put in deploy here in this function, okay? And the max supply is going to be 21 million, or you can put how much ever you really wanted to. It's up to you. Again, this is only if you wanted to deploy. If you want to try to scoop some right now for whatever reason, because you see other people, you know, going after them because they might be onto something, I'll show you how to do that too. And the limit is 1,000. So what this means here now is the mint limit. Okay, if letting users mint to themselves, limp per ordinal. Okay, so if you wanted to get some of these ORDIs, you could only mint a maximum of 1,000. Okay, and here now is if you came to say like a website like BRC-20.io and you see that how, oh shit man, I missed out on Punk. It's 100% is minted, it's all gone. Oh shit man, I missed it out on ORDI. Right, and 100% is gone. Well, what's left? Well, we got the meme, which is the second. Well, how about this? How about this? This is literally the first meme token to go live on Bitcoin. Yeah, it is. But what makes this difficult is it's only like one you can mint per mint. So maybe that's why it's low and it's just a headache to do. But you are getting one. These guys sold out. This one was one as well, but people went after this punk one for whatever reason. And Pepe is rising. Last night it was about 22% minted. Right now it's 26%, and you could get 1,000 at a time. Okay, so essentially, if you wanted a Pepe, going back to this here now, is you'll have to copy paste this as I showed you guys in yesterday. Oh, sorry, in the day before's live stream. Hold on, let me bring this here. Okay, we'll go like this. Okay, we'll copy this here. Okay, and mint, and instead of ORDI, we'll put Pepe right here. Okay, and you could do 1,000 at a time. Okay, guys. So let's carry on. Okay, transfer. So this is very important, right? So careful if using an inscription service. Some tools inscribe to themselves, as I already explained to you guys. And if they inscribe to themselves, they're keeping the tokens. You're not. Okay, so and it's just a systematical thing. It's not because they're trying to steal your shit. Then forward it to the customer. Thus, because of this intermediate inscription service, owned address has no balance and the transfer function is wasted. Some ordinal wallets generate a different address each time. Make sure to send the address that holds a balance. Very, very important. So when you're using a wallet like Hiro Wallet, in the ordinal section down here, right here, if I go to receive, this does change, right? So this is a different address to what I minted on right here. So if I ever wanted to transfer this, you just have to open this up, see the address, and then instead of putting what my current ordinal address is, right, which is this, it wouldn't work. I'll have to put that address that actually holds the tokens in here. It's still here and everything, but you just have to make sure you put the right address, okay, guys? And I know this is a lot of the information to take in, so what I would say is this, look, if you're interested in something like this and you want to do it, I would highly recommend, well, not recommend anything. I'll just say if you want to do it, come over here and see what's available still. It's a pretty accurate site. It does update every 1 minute. And just do the mint function. And we're going to get into the mint function real soon. So Unisat seems to be on the forefront of everything. They have a directory for text ordinals. They have a directory for BRC-20 for the .sats, as I showed you guys in our last episode of Francis Dhun Uncensored. And numbers and news. There's actually some news stuff going on where people are pretty much just like inscribing news, which I don't know. That doesn't really interest me. So Unisat is a really good website as well to kind of like follow things and as your go-to directory. They also have their own wallet. You could download it here, but I think right now there's issues right there. Temporarily inaccessible. Please come back and check on Google's Chrome store later on. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so they might be having some issues with that. Hopefully that will change soon. Okay, so. Now, what is this before we actually get to the buzz right now on Twitter? It's like the race is on, okay? First one to make the marketplace is going to make some good money on transaction fees. And I believe even better, the first one who actually comes up with a legitimate project on Bitcoin, BRC-20, could potentially give 100x gains. And I'm going to show you a token that actually did that, but, I'll show you guys that just now too. So here is what we're talking about, right? So think of this as the coin market cap for BRC-20 tokens in its very early infancy stages. So once again, the guy who tapped into BRC-20 tokens, he created ORDI, the first ever one, 21 million. I guess he was going by Bitcoin supply, which was 21 million. And already 100% were minted. And remember, it's not as if somebody could have just come and minted a 21 million to themselves. You could only mint 1,000 per time. So like what Derek was laughing at, and what, Domo, the Twitter guy who invented this, said, degents will be degents. So they came after, for whatever reason, maybe they had the mindset of thinking like an ordinal. The first inscription will be worth a lot of money. And that is true. It's a historical thing. Maybe they revered the ORDI as a historical BRC-20 token, which one could argue it is. It's the first ever one to go on Bitcoin, although that's not like, an NFT that has collectible sort of features and characteristics that makes it valuable. What makes it valuable is the actual use case, and it doesn't have no use case. But again, that might change. And it doesn't, come on, for $12, $10, $8, $6 in some instances, it's worth it in my opinion. Who knows what will happen? At least you got it there, right? Okay? Cool. So that's gone. The meme token, as I already alluded to, there's 99,999 rather. of the total supply. Only 3.48% of this has been minted, and you can only mint one at a time. Now, some might argue this is the first meme token to go on Bitcoin. Well, look at Dodge. Dodge, why the heck is Dodge so valuable? I don't even fucking know. But it's the first meme token, if that's what you're into. Now, that's some degen shit, but hey, it is what it is. Punk. So this is after like ordinal punks and crypto punks, what have you. 10,000. People already ate this up, and it was only one at a time. You could have only minted one at a time out of this 1,000, okay? And it's 100% gone. So what we're seeing is getting some traction is Pepe. So Pepe, you guys know what Pepes are. Pepes are essentially that green-looking frog or whatever the hell it is. And, it's all the gifs about them in Telegram. And apparently that was the first ever NFT in the whole space, right? Back in the day, somebody had that. So we're seeing and I'm not saying the people behind Pepe didn't make this. It was just some guy that just decided to do it. And also, just to keep in mind, if you ever want to deploy your own BRC-20 token for whatever reason, keep in mind the ticker could only have 4 characters only. So it can be like, BTC or ET. Well, that's ETH is for, what else? Hex, HEX. It has to be like BRUH for, PEPE for, Punk for, Meme for. See, this guy's 4. He has that little like integer or whatever the hell that is, a bracket thingy with 10K. It can only be 4, so keep that in mind as well when you're making your deployments, if that's what you choose to do. Okay, guys. So what did I do yesterday? But before I get to that, let's go to BRC-20 and let's see what Twitter is talking about, right? So let me just actually refresh that. Okay. So this is a token. It's tradable right now. I don't really know much about them. They just started. The token is like really low cap. I'm not saying go get it, but these guys are trying hard to do something with this. So look at this. Inscribe BRC-20 now. So now they're offering an inscription service for BRC-20 tokens as well, not just Gamma.io. So Ordinals Finance as well, right? Then we come down here. BRC-20, after lengthy discussions and research, we have decided to adopt a new approach to address the differences and imperfect protocols between BRC-20 token standard and the ERC-20 token standard, okay? So once again, these guys, there's a buzz. People are talking about this. We need icons for the tokens, says Fukushima 1, right? This is just a regular guy in the crypto space, right? Talking about this, right? So he's saying, hey, could you improve your site? So there's interest. You need to create interest. Then you create a market because now you got people interested in it. If nobody's interested, you can never create a market, okay? This is where it all begins. Like back in the day, like in 2011, nobody really gave a fuck about Bitcoin or crypto, but then it created a market, right? As the years went along. So here we see this. Same thing with NFTs. NFTs, nobody ever really gave a fuck about NFTs. I covered OpenSea back in 4 years ago. OpenSea used to DM me about talking about .eth domains. I'll show you guys that shit. Nobody gave a fuck about OpenSea back then until one day, boom, it just created a market. So here we go again. Okay, so let's go down here. So BRC-20, that's the same guys. Oh yeah, that's me. We just put that in there. So look, this guy here, that's Thomas. Where is it? Okay, OrdSwap. Okay, so OrdSwap is the biggest, in my opinion. They're bigger. I don't know. Ordinals Wallet is pretty huge too, but OrdSwap is right up there. Big update. We have added easy BRC-20, LRC-20, what the hell, DRC-20, and .sats. Domains, right? So the marketplace leaders in this space are working on this, okay? And we could click on it and see what they're talking about. Bulk mint, BRC-20. So they're on this. There were better examples last night that I saw. But I want to show you something here that really caught my eye. So Ordinals giveaway, this guy's talking about BRC-20 once again. So it's not just only, it's just not my crazy self. Okay, is what I'm trying to show you guys. There is a buzz. Okay, what do we got here? 9x so far on BRC-20, okay? So I'll explain what this is here. So 9x so far on BRC-20. Let's go. Shit, I didn't open it here. Okay, so there's a token called BRC-20, okay? That is, I believe, where is it? These guys, BRC-20 AI. It's on Ethereum, okay? And they're trying to make so the first decentralized exchange built on the Bitcoin to trade BRC-20 tokens. So what they have essentially done is they have made a ERC-20 version of this, okay? Just with the ticker BRC-20, not version, but they have a ticker called BRC-20, which is on Ethereum. And I believe what they're trying to do is, and I don't know for certain, but what they're trying to do is, raise funds through that to to build this sort of decentralized exchange. Okay, so once again, that's another party interested in developing the framework for this BRC-20 marketplace. You could go to Dex Tools and you could see it. Apparently, I think somebody told me it did over 100x, right? But again, I'm just telling you guys what's out there. I'm not saying invest into that or anything. It's coming down. I'm not saying to invest into that. That's an BRC-20 token. But the company or the protocol or the people behind it are trying to raise funds with that token to build a BRC-20 exchange, so to speak. Okay, and this is what they're showing over here. So BRC-20. Guys, it's going to come alive, man. Look at this right here. Black Ice 9. Will Punk be the second BRC-20 to mint out? And it was. This was before. This was on March 13th. And it was the second one to mint out. And the third one to mint out is going to be Pepe. So we're going, and this is a Pepe right here. I know that's a frog. Never mind. It looks like it though. Sorry. I was just testing something there. Okay, cool. All right, guys, and it goes on, and it goes on. I highly recommend you guys come down here, scroll for your own leisure, and see what you guys come up with. Hold on, something's pissing me off here. Just give me a second. I just need to fix this. Okay, cool. So let's move on to this. So why is this important, ladies and gentlemen? Why is this important? I'll tell you why this is important. This is important because, as I said, Ordinals Wallet is the top in some people's eyes, top 3, top 2 in some people's eyes, the top marketplace for this. They're already all over this. So it's funny how things come full circle. We bought this domain long before anyone ever heard of Ordinals. So they had some sort of, I guess this may have happened. It may, it may have come to fruition, and sure enough, it did. And this is the type of people who are going to be successful. And I remember following them about a month ago, before, when you were getting into this whole Ordinal space, you couldn't have really, to create Ordinals, you needed a Bitcoin node, a full node. And what did the likes of Ordinal Wallets do, and Gamma.io and Ordinals Bot? Well, they made it very easy for the average guy to get in by just having an inscription service that does not require a full node. Okay, and then from there we saw that how other projects, these wallets rather, you're only able to store ordinals on these wallets and not send them out. And then Ordinals Wallet, boom, was the first to do that. Well, one of the first. I don't want to say the first, but they were one of the first to do it. And then all of a sudden they scaled and they scaled and they scaled and they scaled. And then they became the go-to place where right now what you see is all of these Ordinal projects going to their, Discord and their website to actually showcase what they have to offer in the Ordinal space. And they just rapidly evolved, and BRC-20 is no different. They're going to evolve this at a very, fast pace, in my humble opinion. Right, and when you come to the website, you could join their waiting list. If you're interested in something like this, I would say so. You might want to join the waiting list and get some updated information. That is BRC-20.com, which is owned by Ordinals Wallet, which is right here. Everybody should know Ordinals Wallet by now, right? This is the biggest, Ordinal marketplace. I thought I saw a gem there for a second. Okay, and this is their Twitter as well. They got close to 50,000. I saw them at 5K. I saw them at 5K followers. I saw them at 10K. I saw them at 20K. Well, not 5K. It was like 10K. And then 20K, 30K, 50K. They just blew up, man. So there you go. And look, they're even followed by reputable, cats in the space like Unordinals, which is a huge project. They're even followed by .satsky, right? So they're going to come through with that, man. And if I had to bet on it, I'll definitely bet on that, okay? And we already went through this one here. This is not Ordinals Wallet. This is BRC-20 AI. Okay, guys? So before we get to the real nitty gritty, before I show you guys how to actually do this and mint it, let me see what y'all saying in the live chat. How can we mint them? That's exactly what I'm going to be showing you after this X. Don't worry. I'll show you that. Where can I mint it? What's the site? I'm going to show you that right after this. So it doesn't come down to a site. It comes down to an inscription service. There's no website, right? And I don't blame you for saying that, because you're thinking kind of like how Ethereum is and all these other like Solana, whatever, what we're normally used to. But since this is new, you're going to have to write the code. Okay, but we got the code here. Just have to replace certain words and make sure it's still available. And I'll walk you through all of that very shortly. What do we got here? Okay, so Chris Taylor. So just to be clear, people have already minted 21. Yeah, and now selling them. So people have already minted it. And right now there isn't a marketplace because this just came out like 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, maybe about a week and a half, if that, ago. a week ago, right, Chris? So what people are doing is they're just collecting them, minting them, keeping them for when that time comes. Because if the marketplace comes and it's already minted out, then and you don't have it in your possession, you can't really potentially sell it for anything. And who knows, maybe, Chris, it may not be worth anything. Maybe it may not be worth anything, but the pot's stirring right now and something's cooking. You know what I mean? And it will be a shame if, say, this did, even if it gives people $200, you made profit because it was like about $12, right? But the point of the matter is, there's no risk here, other than you risking $10. You know what I'm saying? And the bigger shame is, Chris, is if you could have got it, but you're like, forget it, and it did do X amount of gains, 50, 100, whatever the hell it was, and you could have got it, but you thought it was not going to do anything. That will be a shame. That was a missed opportunity and a half, right? Okay. I want to know which ones to scoop up. The MP4s, I would say go to Pixel Art, as I showed, and you could get them right now on ordswap.io. Pixel Art, those MP4s are, I think, going to be valuable once we get to over 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million inscriptions. They're going to be valuable. Bernard asks or says, how about creating a TCL BRC-20 coin for the Metropolitan? Maybe. We'll see what happens. But remember, the Metropolitan is related to Ethereum, so it has to be relevant to Bitcoin. That's what it has to do. It has to be relevant to Bitcoin, okay? Or else it's a money grab. And I don't want to be known for that. Money grab, just because it's that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to keep that on Ethereum. Right now, there's no metaverse on Bitcoin. You can't do that as of yet. But the way things are, shaping up, who knows what the possibilities would be within a few months. Okay, Uncle Bernard, I need to get your Ordinals wallet address. Could you drop it here? And then I'll have Thomas copy that, and I'll send you Superman's.sats address because that was your suggestion. Yeah, I am not sure. I even sent Francis right wallet address to get the script ordinal he gave me. No, I didn't send it out as yet. I didn't get your address, but I will do that. Yo, what's up, Crypto Zaddy? Thank you for joining, brother. Long time no see. Ordinal Finance seems legit. Saw them today. Yeah, we actually saw them some time ago. Look, there's going to be a lot of projects just riding on the trend, right? Like what we saw in the metaverse, a lot of metaverse projects, a lot of AI projects, a lot of like ordinal projects just being the trend. It might pump at the beginning and you can, get out at the right time. But we're trying to look for ones that actually are legitimate, that are serious about this. Like, let's just say, for example, that Ordinals Wallet comes out with a BRC-20 token. You want to be fucking holding that, okay? That's going to be valuable. It's almost like saying Binance coming out with their token, like when I showed you guys that video back in 2017 when it was at $1. Right, that's something that you want to definitely get your hands on. But something like that, I don't want to knock them down. Maybe they will be, a useful and add to the space. And they're trying. It looks like they're really trying. But I don't have enough research on them to really give you an informed, opinion. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so any advice for Ordinals Wallet? In terms of what? Which one to go with? I use Hyro Wallet, but I would say use a Sparrow wallet. It's one of the old school Bitcoin wallets out there. It doesn't change its ordinal wallets as well, and that could be, could give you complications if you're not wary on how to actually transfer this out. Okay, guys, so let's get right to it. Let's get right to it now. The real nitty gritty is, let us actually show you how to mint this. Now, and I'll bring this one a little bit closer to, I'll put it there. Okay, so let me give it a refresh. So we do know that these guys are minted out, gone, 1 per mint. We know ORDI's is gone, 1 per mint. The first ever meme coin on Bitcoin is still available, however, okay, 1 per mint. Okay, and remember, right, like, look, it's actually safe from this perspective too, because you're using a reputable inscription service like Gamma. You're not connecting your wallet to this random meme guy's, this dude's freaking website. You're not connecting your wallet to this guy's website. You're connecting it to Gamma.io, which is the OpenSea of the Stacks blockchain. Okay, or Ordinals Bot, which is reputable, or Unisat, which is reputable. So your wallet can't get hacked, guys. Okay, I want to make that clear as well. So we're going to go after Pepe. Okay, so based off of, where is it? I do have this. But actually, first let me show you guys something here. So what I did was last night, I minted this right here and a couple others, right? Okay, and this was my ordinal address from last night. Okay, I need to keep this there and just to, keep a note of that. But I minted 999 of these Pepe ordinal tokens or BRC-20 tokens, okay, from that address. Okay, now when we come down here, I want to kind of like lose you guys. This address here is different, you see? So you need to remember that, and you'll always remember it because it's actually going to be saved when you get back the picture of the actual code. When you click this, like I did, and you scroll down, you're going to see your address over there. So this is the address. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to right here, and then we're going to scan this and see what I have. And as you can see right there, right, March 17th, I minted my inscription number, 999 Pepes, 777 Pepes, 1,000 Pepes, right? So don't be like, don't trip out if you're using Hiro Wallet and you don't see it there. Because if I was to go like this and, scan my Ordinal Wallet address right here, which rotates, it's going to do this. It's going to show me nothing. See what I'm saying? So you need to go to your actual balance of your ordinals of where you inscribe that, the code, and use that address to, to pretty much see what you got. Okay, guys? So let's start minting. Now I got this right here. Okay, guys? So remember, there are three different functions. Okay? So this is the mint function, this is the transfer function, and there's also a deploy function. If we go back to this right here, you'll see it. Okay, mint right here. Okay, deploy. This is only for if you want to create your own token. Okay, deploy. This right here is mint. If you want to mint even your own token that you deployed or an existing BRC-20 token. So in this instance, we're going to mint an existing BRC-20 token, which is Pepe. And how do we do that? Okay, sorry, I gotta bring this back up. I'm going to go like this. Make sure it's mint, BRC. I'm just changing right here. Do not delete these quotations or else you're not going to get anything going on. So I'm going to go PE. The maximum amount that they say I could mint right here is, where is it? 1,000. So if you try to do anything, say like 2,000, it's not going to work. 1,001 is not going to work. If you're trying to be a greedy son of a bitch and you want to get 42 million of them or 30 million, it's not going to work. All you would get is this back in your ordinal address. You're like, holy shit, I just minted the entire supply. But no, you would not. You'll just own the actual picture of it, but not the actual tokens. Okay, guys? So once you have done that, like I have already prepared here, we're going to go like this. Just like for those who join us for the .sats domains, we're going to go to a friendly website that we know that's reputable, ilovegamma.io. I'm going to click ordinals like this. Okay, guys? Create inscription. So this is how you mint it, right, guys? This is how you claim it, rather, or mint, whatever, however you want to look at it. Somebody was asking that question. Okay, you go to the text, then you copy and paste that in there just like that. Okay? So now we have copied and pasted that. We kind of want to kind of back check it, but I know it's good. But you guys can back check it if you want by coming on over here, making sure, okay, P, BRC-20, OP, mint. So make sure it says mint and make sure you are within the maximum limits of minting, right? Which we are. Sorry, where's gamma? Which we are, okay? So we're going to go continue, okay? Man, the freaking network is ridiculous right now. I'm going to go custom. And I'm just going to go like fucking, I don't know, 50. And I'm going to pay 25 bucks. Because, man, it took about 5 hours for that shit to go through yesterday, even at a higher fee. So 50. And then we're going to go like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to put in your ordinal address at the top. Not your Bitcoin address. Your ordinal address right here. Okay? Like that. Okay, guys? Ordinal address. It's much longer than your regular Bitcoin address. It does begin with BC. And then refund address, just in case their refund is necessary, you give them your regular Bitcoin address. Okay? Just like that. As you can see, this one's slightly longer. All right? And then we're going to continue. Just double check once again. So Pepe, yes. We want those Pepes. We're going to get 1,000 of them. Okay? BRC-20 tokens Pepe. And then we come down like this. We're going to check this box. You guys follow? It's pretty easy, right? Okay. You guys are appreciating the content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, so once we do that now, we're going to have to copy this and we're going to pay for this code inscription, meaning we're not paying for the picture, we're paying to actually set code within the Bitcoin's network, right? That's going to give us back these fungible tokens called Pepe, right? So let's pay for it. Let's go send Bitcoin. Says it was 0.00954. And then I'm gonna, this is the address to send it to. I'm gonna come back here. Then I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go like this. Paste it in there. That's a taproot wallet address preview. Okay, BC1P, BC1P, 3F38, 3F38. Ah, shit. I gotta do it again. Sorry, guys. Choose asset. Shit. Okay, so like that. That. Boom. Bitcoin. There. Cool. And we should be good here. Sending it to this address. All right. And we're good to go. I got the custom fee so I could get my, you know, tokens delivered to me much faster than I normally would if I didn't choose that. And right there. Cool. And then just make sure it actually is on the blockchain by going like, it'll show up soon. It'll show up soon. 1 second. Right there. Okay, guys? Then you could open it up and you could watch the blocks like Transformers just freaking do its thing. Okay. So that's how all of this works, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Once again, if you actually wanted to mint it, you need to make sure that it's still available. People are coming after it. Let's actually go to BRC-20 and we'll go Pepe. Right. And I'll give you guys another little secret, right? So will Pepe be the third? We already went over that. So this is a project here, right? I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but this is a project that actually has this 24K gold. They actually have their token, as you can see right here. So as you can see, 24,000 supply, 0.29%. I'm not saying go get it, but you know, one would like, if you could find a project that's actually serious about this, that already has a use case behind it, it'll be worth to get it. Why? It's pretty much free. Pay for the gas fees, pay for the not gas fees, but pay for the, you know, transaction fee. And you're good, and follow the project. So you might want to come to Twitter. You might want to start snooping around and seeing any other ordinal projects that are implementing a BRC-20 token, because it might be very valuable one day. And I know for certain when this flourishes, if it flourishes, let's say it does flourish, which it looks like it's going to happen if these projects could bring a marketplace, which they're going to do it. It's just a matter of time, matter of when. This place is full of very high skilled people. This space moves fast and things develop much faster than, you know, other industries. So let's, with all of that into consideration, let's say that how they're able to do this, you know, and you actually find a project that attaches a token to it, to a use case of their whatever ordinals. We're going to see 100x gains here, guys. We will see 100x gains. And as I already alluded to, there was one of those projects already that was on Ethereum called BRC-20, right? And just the name alone was a buzz. Seems like it went over 100x. Go to Dex Tools and check it out for yourself. BRC-20, Dex Tools, check the graph. I was told that it did 120x actually. Okay, short's a low freaking thing. It's like only like, I don't know how much, like 500K, 200K market cap. But I'm just showing you, right, the potential that's out there. And, you know, if you don't have skin in the game, how the heck are you going to ban coin? Right, guys? So what are the risks here? Well, the risks here is pretty much nothing becomes of this, right? But what is the risk to reward ratio? Okay, the reward outweighs the risk, because the risk really is also $12 or $25 like what I just did over there. Okay, and you could choose for a lower one. It just takes slower to come. You know, who knows? Maybe like as we see here on Twitter, like everybody's like, not everybody, but you know, these people, BRC-20, Pepe, these guys just, you know, this is the community for these Pepes on BRC-20, and they make their own sort of use case for it. I don't fucking know. Nobody really knows. But what I do know is I definitely want a piece of this action if something becomes of it. And the only way to do that is to get it now at nominal cost. Right? Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat. What the fuck? Okay, let me try that. Okay, so I just tried a new feature there. Anyways, okay, so let's do this. What else we got going on here? Okay, try to make notes. Can you outline the steps, please? Yes, I can. I'll do that. Okay, so essentially what you need to do is, if you're interested in getting the Pepe ones, which looks like the hot one right now, right? Based off of this, okay? based off of this. Because why? ORDIs is gone, 100% minted, gone. The meme one is still there. I'm probably like after the stream, I'm going to try to get some of those, which is still available and I can. The punks is gone. Pepe, 26% gone. Is that number rising in real time? Well, yeah, it'll probably be updated soon, right? You need to now, all you got to do is, as I showed you on this right here, is get this code right here, just like this. This is the only step you need to know. You already have an Ordinal supported taproot address, like a Hydro wallet. I've already explained to you guys how to do that, okay, in past live streams. You need to get this code, save this in your notepad, and replace whatever was here before in the ticker section with Pepe. Then you need to go, and I just showed you how to do it. Go to, say, like a gamma.io, go to Ordinals, create inscriptions, come down to text, okay? You could always come back to the live stream and revert back to it, right? Come back to text. We'll place chapters as well. Then you need to put, oh shit, that was the wallet address. You need to put this Pepe in here, okay? Paste, right? And then you just follow the basic steps to inscribe. Custom fee if you want, or higher fee if you wish. You go like this, okay? Okay? And then you need to come back here, put in your, not Bitcoin wallet address, but your Ordinal wallet address, which is longer than your regular Bitcoin address, okay? And then you want to come back here, because it's asking for a refund address, which is your Bitcoin. Give them your regular Bitcoin wallet address. And we're going over this again, because somebody wanted me to show them the steps. These are the steps, okay? And then continue, right? Okay, everything is good, everything is good, all right? Let's go, scroll all the way down. Let's make sure we check this box, so we get our tokens in this case. Right? It could have been a .sat domain, it could have been a picture of an ordinal, but in this case, it's our tokens. And now we want to come and just pay for our inscription or for our tokens, which might have value in the future or might not. But I'm willing to take that risk. I don't know about you guys. Okay? It's fucking 20 bucks. I spend more of that in coffee per day. Then we go here. Then we're going to come here. Then we're going to go there. Put in the ordinal address that we're going to pay to. This may not go through because I just recently did one and higher wallet sometimes. Okay, it went through. Okay, and there you go. That is all you need to know and do. And how do you check if it's there? Well, I would say you need to wait a good few hours, or not a good few. So this is still pending. Wait some hours, okay, right? And then how you check that is once you see this populate, you open this up, okay, you, right, to it. Oh shit, that was a different one actually. Sorry, that's not. I was testing that out too. We don't want that one. Balances, come down, mint. We want this one here. Okay, because remember, this wallet address changes all the time. Your ordinal wallet address, sorry, receive. This changes like say every 4 or 5 transactions. So if you were to check this address here, it's not going to be there if it changed. You need to check the wallet address that you use to actually inscribe this, right? So in my instance, oh God, sorry guys. In my instance, I used for 777 right here, this address, okay? So I'm going to copy this address, right, after a few hours went by or after you see that the inscription picture, right, of the code has been delivered to you. You're going to come back to this address here. Where is it? That BRC-20 right here, .io address. And then you're going to scan that there, and then you're going to see if you were successful. And I have 2,776 Pepes, 3 transactions. This was last night when I was testing this before our live stream. Shit, you guys can't see though, but I mean, I guess you could see the total number here. This first line is 999. This first line. The second line is 777 in the amount, and this third line is 1,000. But you could see the total right here, right? So my 3 transactions has successfully went through, and that's how you could check if yours were successful as well. I hope that makes sense. What else we got? If you are in, for those who are now joining, I highly recommend you go back and you check what we were talking about, because BRC-20 tokens are now live on Bitcoin. They do have some potential. There are marketplaces being built behind this, and the market leaders in the ordinal space seems to be on it, and they could be worth some good funds, some good profits in the future, okay? But maybe not. But hey, at nominal cost, you can't go wrong, straight up, okay? And just to know, and I guarantee you one day, now when I say one day, one project is actually going to use a BRC-20 token and it's going to do over 100x. That is something I'm willing to bet on. All right, which one is that project? I don't know. But what we do know is you're informed about this. You know this is possible. You need to keep your ear to the ground, and you need to like do some more research on your own time. And I'll be helping you guys out too. But I can't do everything now. You guys can probably help me out with some shit as well. Okay, so Frap says, yo fellas, what's up guys? Thank you Frap for joining. Okay, so what else we got here? What other questions you guys want to know? Let me know. Any other questions you have? Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, leave them that. So what Thomas is dropping is the official guidebook with all of the different, pieces of code that you need. The deployment, if you want to make your own. The mint, if you want to mint ones that's already existed, or if you want to mint from your own deployment, and also the transfer. And when you're transferring out, remember, if you're using a higher wallet, your Ordinals wallet rotates. So you need to use the one that actually was inscribed with those tokens to send them out. And I believe they were saying something about you send out, what was it? You send out, it's in the book. You need to send out less than what you have in your balance. At least right now, that's how the protocol is working. But, with anything new, things do evolve and change and get better. Okay, so what else we have here? Okay, Count Kryptonite, you're always ahead of the game. Nice one, bro. Well, you know how it goes, Count. You know the saying goes, right? Early bird catches the worm. And in investing, it's like if we look at investing as a whole, whether that's a stock market, whether that's real estate, whether that's gold, whatever it is, if you bought into that asset earlier than most or first, well, when they come fucking rush into it, they're going to be pumping your bags. So if you look at real estate, people like back in the early 1900s who owns blocks in Manhattan at like, I don't know, maybe a block in Manhattan that costs, I don't fucking know, 10 million today, only cost probably 500K back in those days, right? Well, those families probably never sell that block, that entire block in Manhattan, and they just rent it out. Well, the same thing with gold. If you bought gold like in the 1970s or 80s or whatever the heck it was, all right, and I know that's like a much longer process, well, you appreciated a lot from that, right? Right? You benefited a lot and appreciated in value. Same is true with Bitcoin. If you adopted Bitcoin, how long ago? If you gone to a stock market into an IPO, right? Like Snapchat that sold for I think 0.0002 cents to them, and then Snapchat goes live for 14 cents at the fucking on Wall Street, and then you got like Joe Blow and his grandmother run to Wall Street thinking they're getting a deal of their life. Well, if you got into it earlier, that's the name of the game. It's investing, right? They mature into profits, right? If you could choose the right ones. So that's what we're banking on over here as well. Kim Lo says, thank you, sir. No problem. Thank you, man. You're welcome. Thomas says, all right, guys, I think we have dropped some serious knowledge right there. And what could I say? What can I say? Your boy's always ahead of the game. We showed you guys about ordinals when it comes to the actual JPEGs, and those are already banking coin. 10 BTC, 20 BTC. We showed you guys the .sats domains, and yeah, you better be paying attention to that because the marketplace for that is also coming. And we just dropped some knowledge on BRC-20 Fungible Tokens in Bitcoin. What do we got stored for you guys next? Well, you only gotta tune in to find out, because in our next live stream, we got something up our sleeve. And I gotta go and inscribe some more fucking BRC-20 tokens, bro. I don't know about you, It's at 26% right now, those Pepes. I'm probably gonna gobble up another, I don't know. I'll do 10 more inscriptions and see where that takes me. So you know what? There ain't really much left to say other than, till the next video, you're on your own. Later.
Francis Dhun, uncensored.